Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins All World, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Today we have a fascinating story to share about a coin that might seem like just another penny, but could actually be hiding a small fortune. We're talking about the 1976 Lincoln cent, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and numismatists alike. So, if you've ever come across a 1976 penny, you might want to dig a little deeper to see if you've got something truly special on your hands. The 1976 Lincoln cent was minted during a historic year in the United States. It was the bicentennial year, marking 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. As part of the celebration, the U.S. Mint produced a variety of commemorative coins, including a special quarter and half-dollar coin featuring a unique reverse design. But while the 1976 penny didn't feature the same special designs as those other coins, it still holds significant value among collectors, especially when you know what to look for. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a penny, how much could it really be worth? Well, the answer depends on several factors, including the coin's condition, any potential errors, and its rarity. The Lincoln cent itself is a part of a long-standing tradition of U.S. coins, first issued in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. The design has remained relatively consistent over the years, with the obverse showing a portrait of Lincoln and the reverse originally depicting a simple wheat design, which was later replaced by the memorial design in 1959. The 1976 penny, like many others, features the familiar memorial reverse, showing the Lincoln Memorial Building in Washington, D.C., with the words E pluribus unum above. So, what makes the 1976 Lincoln penny stand out? Well, although it was produced in large numbers, certain features of the 1976 penny can significantly increase its value. Most of the pennies from that year were produced for circulation and, as a result, they've been worn down from years of use. The majority of these coins are worth no more than their face value of 1 cent. However, the real value lies in the condition of the coin and any potential minting errors it may have. One of the most important factors in determining the value of a 1976 Lincoln penny is its condition. Most pennies from this era have been used in everyday transactions and show signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, and fading. But when you come across a 1976 penny that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, you've got a coin that could fetch far more than just 1 cent. Coins that have been carefully preserved and kept in excellent condition are always in high demand among collectors. If you find a 1976 penny that looks almost as perfect as it did the day it was minted, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its grade. Now, let's talk about a key element that can dramatically increase the value of a coin: minting errors. Minting errors occur when there's a mistake in the production process, and these errors can make a coin incredibly rare and valuable. There are several types of errors that can make the 1976 Lincoln penny especially desirable to collectors. One of the most sought-after types of mint errors is the double die error. A double die occurs when the coin is struck by the die more than once, causing the design to appear doubled. This can happen on various parts of the coin, including the date, the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust," or even parts of Lincoln's portrait. If you happen to find a 1976 penny with a double die error, you could be sitting on a highly valuable coin. These error coins are considered rare and are often sold for significantly more than their face value. Another potential error to look for is the off-center strike. An off-center strike happens when the coin is not properly aligned with the die during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or misaligned. These coins are often seen as unique and unusual, and they can fetch high prices, especially if the off-center strike is particularly extreme. Additionally, there's the possibility of a filled die error. This occurs when the minting die becomes clogged with debris, which can cause certain parts of the coin's design to appear faint or missing altogether. If you spot a 1976 penny with a filled die error, it could be worth more than a standard penny, depending on the severity of the error. Another factor that could influence the value of a 1976 penny is the mint mark. The 1976 Lincoln penny was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, so there are two types of pennies to look for. Pennies from the Philadelphia mint have no mint mark, while those minted in Denver feature a small D mint mark on the reverse side. While the mint mark doesn't always make a huge difference in value, some collectors are particularly interested in coins from specific mints, and having a 1976 penny with a D mint mark might increase its desirability. But here's the big reveal: if you have a 1976 Lincoln penny that is in mint condition, or better yet, if it has one of those rare minting errors, the value can be astounding. While most pennies from this year may be worth just a few cents, a well-preserved or error coin could be worth much more. In fact, a 1976 Lincoln penny with the right characteristics could be worth as much as $38,000, yes, you heard that right, $38,000 for a single 1-cent coin. It may sound unbelievable, but in the world of coin collecting, rare and well-preserved error coins can command impressive prices. Collectors are always on the lookout for unique and valuable coins, and the 1976 Lincoln penny with the right features is one of those hidden treasures that can make you a small fortune. So, the next time you find yourself going through your spare change or searching through your coin collection, be sure to take a second look at those 1976 pennies. If they're in good condition or show signs of an error, you could be holding onto something valuable. Remember, it's not just the year or the coin itself, it's the condition, rarity, and any unique features that can really make a difference in its worth. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the United States 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1975. You might think, it's just a penny, how valuable could it be? Well, hold on to your hats, because this small piece of history could be worth far more than you might ever expect. Before we jump into the value of this coin, let's first take a step back and look at the historical context behind the 1975 Lincoln penny. This particular penny hails from an interesting time in American history. In the 1970s, the United States was in the midst of economic change. The country was recovering from the effects of the Vietnam War, and inflation was beginning to take its toll on the economy. The U.S. government, at that point, was focused on modernizing its coinage system, and many coins were being redesigned or adjusted. The Lincoln penny itself, first minted in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's centennial birth anniversary, has a long-standing tradition of design and symbolism. The original design by Victor David Brenner features a portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, symbolizing his dedication to preserving the Union during the Civil War. On the reverse, the penny shows the iconic image of a wheat stalk, which remained in circulation until 1958. After that, the design was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, which continued through the 1970s and beyond. In 1975, the Lincoln penny was minted as part of this ongoing tradition. This specific coin was produced during a time when inflation was soaring, and many people were focused on everyday issues like rising prices. Little did they know, some of the coins minted in 1975 would go on to become highly sought after by collectors. So, what makes the 1975 Lincoln penny special? While most pennies minted that year are worth just 1 cent, if they're even in decent condition, there are a few outliers that have gained incredible value over the years. As with most coins, the condition and rarity play a significant role in determining the price. Most 1975 pennies you find are likely to be in regular circulation condition, which won't fetch you much more than the face value. However, if you have one in uncirculated or mint condition, that's where the magic happens. What makes the 1975 Lincoln penny truly stand out among collectors is a special variety of the coin. Some 1975 pennies, due to a slight minting error, were produced with a rare, double die, obverse. This means the date on the coin, and sometimes parts of the design, appear to be slightly doubled. This happens due to a misalignment during the minting process, where the coin is struck multiple times, causing a blurred or doubled effect. These error coins are incredibly rare and sought after by numismatists, often fetching much higher prices. The beauty of this coin lies in its ability to tell a story. A single penny, which many would overlook in their everyday life, could represent a piece of American history and a rare mistake in the minting process. While most of the 1975 Lincoln pennies are worth next to nothing, the ones with these unique errors are among the most prized by collectors worldwide. Now, let's talk about the value. If you happen to have a 1975 Lincoln penny with that rare double die error in pristine, uncirculated condition, you might just be holding a goldmine in the palm of your hand. The value of these rare error coins has been known to skyrocket, and while prices can vary depending on the specific condition of the coin, the demand for these rare varieties is high. On average, a 1975 Lincoln penny in excellent, uncirculated condition without the error will be worth a small premium, usually around a few dollars. However, when you factor in the rarity of the double die error, the value jumps dramatically. Collectors are willing to pay big money for these rare finds. In fact, if you have the right coin in the right condition, your 1975 Lincoln penny could be worth a staggering $43,000, that's right, $43,000 for a single penny. It's incredible to think that something as small as a coin, often passed around without a second glance, can hold such value. So, the next time you stumble upon a 1975 Lincoln penny, make sure to examine it closely. If you spot that rare double die error, you could be holding a piece of history that's worth a small fortune. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and lesser-known treasure from the world of American currency, the 1972 United States 1-cent Lincoln penny. While most of us probably think of a penny as just a small piece of copper or zinc, this particular coin has something truly special about it. So, grab your magnifying glass and get ready to uncover the hidden value of this seemingly ordinary penny. Before we jump into how much this 1972 Lincoln penny might be worth, let's take a quick look at its history. The Lincoln penny has been a part of American life for over a century, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's centennial birthday. The original design featured Lincoln's portrait by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and this design has remained largely unchanged for decades, with only minor adjustments over time. By 1972, the Lincoln penny had undergone several design changes, with the most notable being the switch from the wheat stalk reverse to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. The 1972 penny continued to feature the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but it was minted during an era of economic shifts in the U.S. The country was dealing with inflation, rising costs, and the aftermath of the Vietnam War. During this time, the U.S. Mint was busy producing billions of pennies to keep up with the demand for coinage, and most of them ended up circulating in everyday transactions. Now, you may be wondering, what makes the 1972 Lincoln penny stand out from the hundreds of millions of pennies minted that year? The answer lies in a very rare and exciting variety of this coin. Most 1972 pennies are fairly common, and you can find them for just a few cents, but some have a unique feature that makes them incredibly valuable. One of the key factors that make the 1972 Lincoln penny special is a minting error that occurred on certain coins. Some of these pennies were struck with a double die error. This is a rare phenomenon where the coin is stamped multiple times during the minting process, causing certain details of the coin, such as the date, the words on the coin, and even parts of Lincoln's portrait, to appear doubled. This doubling effect is subtle but noticeable upon close inspection, and it's a feature that numismatists go crazy over. Double die errors are highly sought after by collectors because they're relatively rare. The error happens when the coin is struck by the die more than once, creating a slight misalignment that causes the details of the coin to overlap or double. For the 1972 Lincoln penny, this error is especially prized because it's not as common as other double die coins from different years. The 1972 double die is particularly rare, and finding one in excellent condition is even rarer. So, how do you know if you have a 1972 Lincoln penny with this double die error? The key feature to look for is the date. If you closely examine the 1972 on your penny, you may notice that the numbers appear to be slightly doubled. You might also notice some doubling on the lettering around the edge of the coin. If you find this, you're holding a very special penny indeed. Now, let's talk about the value. While most 1972 pennies are worth just 1 cent, those with the double die error can be worth a small fortune. If you've got one in uncirculated or excellent condition, the value jumps significantly. Even in average circulated condition, a 1972 Lincoln penny with the double die error can fetch a few $100s at auction, depending on the extent of the doubling and the overall condition of the coin. But the real jackpot comes when you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition. When these rare 1972 double-die Lincoln pennies are in mint condition, they've been known to sell for astronomical amounts. In fact, one of these error coins has been known to sell for as much as $41,000, yes, you heard that right, $41,000 for a single penny. That might sound too good to be true, but it's the reality for collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for these rare and historic coins. So, if you happen to come across a 1972 Lincoln penny, make sure to give it a careful inspection. What may seem like an ordinary coin could actually be a valuable treasure that could make you thousands of dollars richer. Today's video is one you don't want to miss. We're diving deep into the United States 1-cent Lincoln penny from 1980. You might be thinking, it's just a penny, what's so special about it? Well, stick around, because this seemingly ordinary coin holds some fascinating surprises that could make it worth far more than you ever imagined. Let's set the stage first. The 1980s was an exciting time in the world of coinage. The United States was experiencing significant shifts in its economy, and the U.S. Mint was busy churning out coins for everyday use. The 1980 Lincoln penny was part of the larger push to modernize U.S. currency while reflecting both historical significance and the changes the country was undergoing. The design of the Lincoln penny, which had been unchanged since 1909, still featured the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. While most of us view pennies as just small, copper-colored coins that clutter up our pockets or change jars, the 1980 Lincoln penny holds much more intrigue for collectors. So, what makes this particular penny stand out from the rest? Well, in the world of coin collecting, the condition of a coin is absolutely everything. Most of the pennies minted in 1980 were circulated widely, used for everyday transactions, and were subject to wear and tear. However, the real value lies in those coins that have survived the years in exceptional condition. Over time, many coins become worn, scratched, or faded, making it increasingly rare to find one that's still in pristine condition, but there's more to the story. Just like with other years of Lincoln pennies, some 1980 pennies were minted with small but significant errors that can increase their value exponentially. A key error that collectors look for is the double die error. In essence, this happens when a coin is struck more than once by the same die, causing the details on the coin to appear doubled. This error can affect various parts of the design, including the date, the motto, and even the profile of President Lincoln. The double die error is something that collectors are always on the lookout for, and when it comes to the 1980 Lincoln penny, finding one in excellent condition with this rare minting flaw can be quite a gem. The double die error is subtle and requires a careful eye to spot. Typically, the most noticeable sign of this error is in the date. Look closely at the 1980, and you may notice a slight doubling effect. This doubling can also show up in other parts of the coin, including the Liberty text or the motto, "In God We Trust," around the edge of the penny. If you happen to have a 1980 Lincoln penny with this double die error, it could be a real treasure. The reason these error coins are so valuable is because they are rare and unique. They are considered a mistake, but in the world of coin collecting, those mistakes are often what make a coin incredibly valuable. As a result, double die error coins have a strong following among collectors and can sell for a much higher price than a typical 1980 penny. Now, let's talk about the big question: how much could your 1980 Lincoln penny be worth? Well, if you find a 1980 penny in pristine condition, even without any errors, it could be worth slightly more than its face value, depending on its condition. However, the real value comes with those rare double die error coins, especially if they are in uncirculated or near mint condition. If you happen to stumble upon a 1980 Lincoln penny with the double die error in exceptional condition, you could be holding a coin worth a significant sum. And now, for the exciting reveal: if you own one of these rare, error-filled 1980 Lincoln pennies, you might be sitting on a coin worth as much as $36,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $36,000 for a single penny. It's mind-blowing to think that such a small coin, which many people overlook in their daily transactions, could fetch such a high price. So, if you have any old pennies lying around, or if you happen to come across a 1980 Lincoln penny while coin hunting, make sure to inspect it carefully. You could be looking at a rare treasure that could bring you thousands of dollars. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting and potentially valuable coins in the world of American currency, the 1977 United States 1-cent Lincoln penny. You may have a handful of these in your pocket or tucked away in a jar somewhere, but believe it or not, some of these pennies could be worth a small fortune. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see just how much a single penny could be worth. Let's set the scene. The 1970s were a transformative decade for the United States. The country was dealing with the aftereffects of the Vietnam War, adjusting to inflation, and trying to modernize its economy. During this time, the U.S. Mint was busily churning out coins, including the ever-popular Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny, a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, still featured the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the wheat stalk design in 1959, was used through the 1970s. While most of these pennies circulated widely and were used in everyday transactions, there are some that stand out from the rest. So, what makes the 1977 Lincoln penny so special? The answer lies in the rarity and condition of the coin, as well as some unique errors that were made during the minting process. Most of the 1977 pennies you'll encounter are quite common and would only be worth their face value of 1 cent. However, there's a small percentage of 1977 pennies that have a special minting flaw, something that turns an ordinary penny into a highly sought-after treasure. One of the most exciting features collectors are looking for in the 1977 Lincoln penny is a rare double die error. This error occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the same die, causing parts of the design, like the date, the motto, and even parts of Lincoln's portrait, to appear doubled. This phenomenon results in a coin that has a slightly distorted, but fascinating, appearance. The doubling effect is often most noticeable in the date, 1977, on the coin, as well as in the lettering around the edge, including Liberty and In God We Trust. The beauty of this error is that it creates a one-of-a-kind coin, making it an incredibly valuable find for collectors. Double die error coins are prized because they are rare and unique, something that regular, mass-produced coins can't compete with. And while many coins can be found with minor minting errors, the 1977 Lincoln penny stands out as a highly desirable specimen, particularly among advanced numismatists. But how do you know if your 1977 penny has the double die error? It's not always easy to spot, so you'll need to take a closer look. Start by examining the date, 1977, on the coin. If you notice any doubling or extra lines in the numbers, you may be holding a rare piece of American coinage. Pay attention to the letters in Liberty and the phrase, In God We Trust, as well, as these areas can also show doubling in some cases. The more noticeable the doubling, the more valuable the coin could be. Now, let's talk about the value of this rare find. Most 1977 Lincoln pennies, even with normal wear and tear, are worth just a cent. But if your coin happens to feature that rare double die error and is in excellent or uncirculated condition, its value skyrockets. Even in average circulated condition, a 1977 Lincoln penny with this error can fetch a few $100s at auction. But if your coin is in pristine condition, you could be holding something truly spectacular. And now, here's the big reveal: if you have a 1977 Lincoln penny with that elusive double die error in mint condition, it could be worth as much as $39,500. Yes, you heard that right, $39,500 for a single penny. It's incredible to think that a coin that has been sitting in your pocket or buried in a jar could be worth such a substantial amount. So, the next time you come across a 1977 Lincoln penny, be sure to inspect it carefully. It could be a rare treasure waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed learning about the hidden value of the 1977 Lincoln penny and want to explore more fascinating coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an exciting find. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting.